Okay, so this next video is a little bit about me reflecting on what I've seen so far in Baja. And it's still early in the trip. So don't let this completely shape how you see Baja or how I see Baja as a whole now that I've just recently came back to the US of A. Follow the rest of the videos after this one and you will get a much greater representation of Baja, not just the beaches. Because, clearly that's what people go down for. But I went beyond the beaches. So again, this is early in the travel, and I'm just telling you how I feel and how I feel in that moment to that point in time. So run with it. And feel free to add comments. I'm curious, on feedback on something about what I will discuss further into this video. So I'm open-minded. Bring it. This is a small RV place. It's about 11 sites. I think the concept is set up for vans and small RVs, over, truck campers. It's nicely spaced out. And it's like 300 pesos. And they have a community hut with a kitchen and what have you, and shower. Showers are hot, no pressure, but hot. Washers in the showers. Very nicely done. Lots of planning and cleaning up this area. It's been here 3 years. So, it's all right if you want a place that's safe. It's very quiet here, lots of birds. It's not my style just because I don't really want to be around people, but at least they don't have generators or allowed generators here. And the owner used to live in British Columbia for 10 years with his wife and kids. I don't know why anyone would want to move to Mexico though. Fuel is more money. Infrastructure is terrible. The road, it redefines what potholes are. Anyone that complains about potholes in Canada and the US need to drive in Mexico. Brutal. So why you would live here when food costs more, fuel costs more, like even more than in Canada? So why the fuck would you want to live here? I mean, if you're into surfing and the whole beach scene, then great. But, for example, raising his kids here, you're, I don't know, probably 6-8 kilometers from the ocean. And Mexico's dirty. Like, dirty from the point of view of litter. It's just absolutely terrible. You just cannot escape it. It's everywhere. Everywhere that there's a pull-off or people stop to, like they're not official rest stops. They don't have that here. They're not that developed. So it's just filled with garbage. You know, I find that in the U.S. in some places where it looks like truckers stop and they just, you know, don't give a shit and they just throw the garbage right out right there. So, I don't know, is that an immigrant thing? They just don't give a fuck. They're not happy with life, so they're in this country, but hey, we'll just throw the shit anywhere. Is that a cultural thing? Is they think that's okay, or is it just that they're that unhappy with their life, and yet you're unhappy with where you live, but you're here now? I don't know. Don't have the answers. I'm not in their position. I haven't been exposed to what they have. I know the government here doesn't provide a lot of infrastructure or services, you know, for removing of garbage. But to me, that doesn't give you an excuse just to fucking throw garbage, litter, wherever the hell you feel like it. And what's crazy about it is, it's one thing if you're cleaning up your own shit around your own house, but they're not. You know, their houses got garbage all around them too, most of them. So you're not throwing garbage out to avoid looking at it. It just seems so weird to me. The people are friendly here, and maybe in some ways they remind me a little, not completely, so don't go off the rail, you know, of Native Americans. You know, they're not, I don't know what the right word is. I don't want to say as ambitious, but they just have a different outlook or perspective. But like I say, they've all been really friendly. But for me, you know, I don't know. I'm got mixed reviews on Mexico when I come back here again. I mean, I'm still early in the travel, but I would come back again just because, one, it does offset my time in America. And, you know, I'm not coming here because it's warm. I'm not a surfer, you know. So, it's nice seeing the ocean. I've yet to do, you know, I've now seen the turtle release, which was very cool, even though the survival rate is ridiculously low. But they wouldn't even live at all if it wasn't for the program, because it's not warm enough in this area at this time. The sand has to be between something like 26 to 32 degrees in order to incubate the eggs. See, we got a heavy rain, which isn't typical this time of year. The last few years have been a drought, so we'll take the rain whenever it comes, even if it isn't at a scheduled time. But don't think that this road is a Forest Service road. It really is a road. It's a named street. It goes to a T junction and then swings around into town eventually. But yep, just like a lot of places, the dirt roads get rain and they get soft. See, you know, people can say what they want and put out really nice stuff about a country they like, but I'm just telling you like it is. For better or for worse, this is the reality. People just dump their shit wherever they feel like it. Why not? hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell. Let's roll. Yep, there's cattle down in the garbage hole. So, you'll see the red arrow pointing straight down. That is where I end up moving to Boondock. It was a free spot. It's kind of an odd spot because you're beside the ruins on one hand. On the other side, you've got that luxury resort, and then straight ahead to the west, you've got where a lot of the fishermen are centered out of and go out into the ocean to fish, obviously. So it's a bit of an odd spot, but what was good about it for me was that it was close to where I wanted to fat bike and hike into the hilly area and get a broader view of the shoreline to the south. There's a Palms Beach, which is a beautiful beach. Not the greatest for surfing, but very beautiful. You can't boondock on it, so that kind of sucks in that sense, but it is a beautiful spot. You'll see more of that going forward as well. So this is just a prelude video kind of to the new location and where I'm going to hike and fat bike and show you some spectacular views of the ocean. Todos Santos old port, now just a beautiful inlet for people to enjoy and view. Plus there's some high cliffs that you can sit at, watch the ocean, watch the whales. It's beautiful, spectacular. So stick with it. These couple videos here are just sort of filling the gap, if you will, moving me closer to what I want to do, the things I like to do.